What's up, guys? My name is WenEazy and I put the dub in Wotaku. Today's video is going to be a Destiny gas or pass video. Destiny 2 is an MMO looter shooter with strong emphasis on team play and things of that nature. You go in, you play some missions, you get some loot, you level up, kind of like Borderlands, but more MMO than Borderlands. You get to have like big 6 people raids. It's a big thing. It's really fun. It's free to play right now, but on Game Pass, on the PC version of Game Pass specifically, they have all of the expansions up until Beyond Light. So anything before the new Bungie anniversary pack is on Game Pass. Everything else you'd have to buy. It was on Game Pass console, but I believe they took it off. So you guys know I've been playing Destiny for a long time now. You guys know how much I play Destiny as well. I feel like that's one of the few games that I've been playing recently that I can't stop playing. So this is going to hit very close to home. I put a lot of hours into this one, and let's just jump right into it. So first things first is the gameplay. Destiny at its core, just the core gameplay, the shooting, fun. The power is fun. The classes really fun to play. All around, the actual core gameplay of running around shooting, the PvE, PvP, just like the core gameplay, really solid. Looting, always fun to get loot. Really enjoyable, finding new guns, finding new builds, getting freaky with their builds. Maybe I'm doing a straight up mobility, seeing how fast I can run around. It's really fun to play. Outside of the core mechanics, the game gives you a lot of activities to do. You have Gambit, Crucible, Vanguard strikes. On top of that, you have raids, you have dungeons, you have regular campaign missions. Maybe you just want to vibe out on one of the planets. You can just vibe out on the planet and do patrol missions. There's bounties for almost everything. And the cool thing is, for newcomers specifically, is up until I think it's 1260, everything you do gets you gear. So even just like running around and shooting random enemies has a chance to drop gear that'll help you level up, which is great because it makes the initial grind not so tedious. So you have a lot of activities in front of you, but because there's so many options, for somebody who doesn't know what they're looking for or looking to try to accomplish in the game, it can be very overwhelming, and you might end up getting discouraged because you might find out that maybe doing patrols isn't going to get you the gear that you want. Spoiler alert, if once you hit 1260, it probably won't. And that's when things like weekly challenges become very important. To a new player, it's not so easily explained. I am not a new player, but my girlfriend is new to Destiny, and there are a lot of things that even I found out that you couldn't do until a certain point, because the game doesn't really explain it to you so well. They throw so much at you that it's really hard to understand what you need to be doing, what needs to get done. Like, the priorities of the missions and the quests are all over the place because they don't tell you what's important. We were in a strike, and I was trying to get Panda to use her ARC subclass, but she didn't even have an ARC subclass because I didn't even know that there was a quest that you needed to do to unlock that. And it's things like this that don't really get explained to you. They flash on your screen, but if you don't read it quickly enough, it's just going to get lost in all the pages of quests that you get. So the learning curve in Destiny is really high. Once you get past the learning curve and you get a rhythm going, it becomes easier. But even me, somebody who's a seasoned veteran, I would like to say, I don't know everything that I have to be doing. There's so many activities, and the activities just keep getting added. It's not that I don't like having this much choice, but having all of these things presented to you and not having it explained to you properly can be very frustrating for new players. But on top of that, once you learn it, you can start doing all the stuff that you want to do to level up your character. I'll do strikes, and I'll do the eternities, and I'll do the astral alignments, and I'll get all the gear that I want, and I'll be done for the week, which is great. Some people, maybe they want to do PvP, so they'll jump into some Gambit, they'll do some Crucible, and they'll get the gear that they want for the week. But the fact that there's just so many options, it is very overwhelming for new players, and that's what's really hard to get over because of how steep the learning curve is. And to this day, I'm still learning. There's still so much to the game. There's still so much depth. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but to say that it is a blessing just doesn't sit right with me either. Another thing we should talk about is the lore. So the Destiny storyline is great when you understand all of it. Like, it's weird. So you'll have really beautiful cutscenes, you'll have cool missions, you'll have awesome characters, But to really know and understand the world, you got to go to some really weird places to find background on things. Sometimes you won't learn about a story or a person until you find a specific gun, and then when you unlock the gun, they're like, oh, you unlocked this lore tab, and now that you can read up on who made this gun and XYZ. It's really cool, but the problem with it that I've had is just that it's just not the most effective way of telling the story. If you're somebody who isn't looking for it, you're not going to find it, and you're going to just think that Destiny doesn't really have a story. Or that's what a lot of people felt like, that Destiny didn't have a story because they were too busy just running through missions, looting, shooting, because it doesn't really present it to you in a way that's easy to digest. You kind of have to go find it yourself. When I went and read up on all the lore, I was like, wow, this is an amazing world. I'm upset that not many people know about it. Even Destiny players don't know much about it, because I found out the Destiny lore through a 4-hour video on YouTube. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has 4 hours to watch a YouTube video. So the story is cool. And if you're into sci-fi and you like reading and you like exploring, I think that it's an interesting lore. But if the problem with the lore is that you're just not really gonna find it here, you're gonna have to find it outside of the game. So is Destiny gas or pass? I'm gonna say that Destiny is gas, but it barely passed. So Destiny, the reason I think it is gas right now is because on the Game Pass you get all the expansions, which the value is insane for how much they cost. You get to play all the expansions, you get all the weapons and things like that for the price of Game Pass. And I think it is the best way to experience Destiny, because the most discouraging thing when I was playing free to play a while back was playing the game, enjoying it, and then finding out that the gun I wanted or the missions that I wanted to play were locked behind a paywall. So I recommend, if you're looking for a sci-fi looter shooter, look into Destiny. I think that you should download it and play it and give it a try. It is very overwhelming. If you ever have any questions, please let me know in the Discord. Even comment under this video if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to help you out. But because of its steep learning curve, it's very difficult for me to say that this game passes with flying colors. But I think it is very much worth the time. And who knows, maybe you might be in a raid with me one day. That's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment on what's your favorite part, and maybe if you disagree, let me know what your thoughts on Destiny are. Subscribe if you want to see more gas or pass videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Otaku out.